Hi friends, welcome to series of video lectures on livestock and poultry healthcare. Myself Sushma Ishwar IIT, third year BSc Agri student from College of Agriculture Vijaypur, University of Agriculture Sciences, Dharwad. My topic is hernia. First let's see what is hernia. It is protrusion of an organ or tissue through an opening in muscle layer. This happens if muscle layer is very weak. Parts of hernia are hernia ring, hernia neck and hernia sac, which encloses hernia contents. Openings may be acquired as in case of tear in abdominal wall or natural in case of diaphragm and umbilicus, internal which are not visible as in case of diaphragm, and external which are visible and palpable as in case of abdominal. Let's see types of hernia based on locations. Umbilical hernia, inguinal hernia, scrotal hernia, diaphragmatic hernia, perineal hernia, ventral hernia and femoral hernia. Umbilical hernia. An umbilical hernia is a protrusion, or you can say outward bulging of the abdominal lining, abdominal fat or portion of abdominal organs through the area around umbilicus. This umbilical hernia are most common birth defects in cows. They occur when umbilical ring fails to close after birth, allowing abdominal content to protrude through the opening. Next one is inguinal hernia. Inguinal hernia is widening of inguinal canal through which abdominal fat, intestine, uterus, bladder and colon may be displaced. Sometimes pregnant animals will have the uterus trapped in an inguinal hernia as the fetus grows. Diaphragmatic hernia. Diaphragmatic hernia is one of the most common injuries occurring in small animals and may be congenital or secondary to trauma. Trauma, especially the motor vehicle damage, as most common cause of diaphragmatic hernia in small animals. This accounts for about 85% of the overall cases. Perineal hernia. Perineal hernia is a protrusion of the abdominal or pelvic viscera through the pelvic diaphragm which supports the rectal wall. Ventral hernia. Ventral hernia occurs when parts of intestine protrude through the abdominal wall. Femoral hernia. Femoral hernias, these are rare in case of cat and dog, occurs when fat or abdominal content protrude through the femoral canal. In this diagram, you can see ventral, paracostal, umbilical and cranial pubic ligaments and inguinal, femoral and scrotal hernia. We can see still more classifications. Some of the other ways of categorizing hernia are described below. Intraparietal hernias. These are hernia that do not reach the subcutis and only protrude as far as musculoponeurotic layer. These hernias may cause less bulging and can therefore be difficult to detect. Because these are very small in size, hence it is difficult to detect this type of hernias. Internal hernia protrude within the body while external protrude through the outside the body. And reducible hernia refers to when a protruding tissue can be moved back to its original site using simple manipulation, while an irreducible hernia cannot be moved back. Irreducible hernia leads to two complications, namely strangulation and obstruction. Strangulation refers to the contents of hernia become pressurized and blood supply is compromised, leading to cell death and even gangrene. Obstruction, in which bowel contents may no longer be able to pass through an area of herniated bowel, leading to cramps and vomiting. General etiology of this disease are as follows. Imperfect closure of an embryonic defect. Example is umbilical hernia. Increase in the intra-abdominal pressure due to straining from constipation, diarrhea during parturition, violent coughing, gastric or intestinal tympani. Direct violence due to falling on a blunt objects. There are three treatments for this disease: reduction or retention by bandage, or you can apply hernia clamp, which is shown in the image, and finally through surgically, known as herniorrhaphy. I would like to thank Dr. S.Y. Mukherjee sir for giving an opportunity to present this topic, and thank you one and all for your kind listening. Thank you.